Hey cuties, welcome to my tutorial today on how to use the fabulous new roll and pin by Keux Cosmetics. You can see that there. And this is a vintage hair styling aid, and it's going to help you to revolutionize doing your victory rolls that I've just done here with it, and also your wet sets, your pin curls, and I've also made this beautiful big quiff with it as well. So if you like this video and you like the rest of the things that we do and you want to get more notifications, then please click subscribe and you will be told when we upload all of these new kinds of vintage hair and beauty tutorials and all kinds of things to do with vintage and pin-up lifestyle. So click subscribe, and now let's go to the tutorial. My hair's cut more into kind of 60s style, so what we want to do today is transform it into a 1940s style with the roll and pin. So what I'm going to do first of all is show you how I'm going to transform my fringe section into something way more kind of 40s with a bit of a quiff and a lot of lift at the front. So I'm just going to be looking down at my mirror here. I'm going to section off using my rat tail comb. So this is the metal rat tail comb that you also got in this month's parcel. Just going to take a kind of little half moon section here, which kind of just sections off the short part of my fringe so that we can style this in a different way and make it look a little bit more 40s. So first of all, we're just going to douse it in some really good setting spray. So that's heat setting spray. You can do this from wet as well if you'd like to. And then I'm going to grab the clasp at the back, and you can see it's really nice and firm, so it really holds it in place for you, which is one of the great things about helping you to style your victory rolls. My hair is black at the roots now, so it's so much harder for you to see. There you go. So I'm just going to use the end of the rat tail comb. This is why I love this comb so much, because it's so versatile. There we go, and pop those ends in. And then I'm just going to roll that down to the base. Lovely, nice and neat. And just hold that in place, and then I'm going to get my hairdryer on the hot setting because we really want to heat set this, and I'm just going to blast that. So once that is pretty hot to touch, then we're just going to pop the pin, the roll and pin out. Just do this little pincering movement, and it just slides out really nicely. And then some of you may have got these grips in this parcel. If you didn't, don't worry, you'll be getting them in another one. And we're just going to pin that up, but I love the ribbon ones because it makes the pin curls look super cute. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that just to cool for a moment or two. And then we can start with a victory roll at the back of my hair. So I'm just going to use again the rat tail comb just to draw a line from the top of my head to behind my ear, and that's how I section for my victory rolls. And then you may find it easier, especially if you're just learning, to use again some of these lovely claw clips. If you didn't get these or didn't get many of them in your parcel, don't worry, there are always more coming in future parcels. So I've got my section of hair there. I have got layers at the front here, so be mindful that they need to be tucked in. And then I'm just going to comb my section up. You can do a bit of back combing at the base here if you want to have a bit more volume. So I just put a little bit in there, but you don't have to. And I'm just going to douse that with hairspray. That's our Le Keux hairspray coming very soon. Okay, and then I am putting the clasp on the lower, the bottom, and you can see again it's quite firm. So you can, if you want to, because I've got layers, this is kind of easier for me, is to stay at halfway up so all the layers are captured inside the roll and pin, and then just roll it myself. And just tuck those little ends in. You can use your comb as well to do that if you want to. There we go. And then I'm just going to roll that down, as the name suggests, to the base there. So I've rolled it down to my scalp. Move my hand so you can see where I've done that. And then all I'm going to do, as it says on the instructions, is just grab the roll itself. I'm just going to do a little pincer motion just to pull the roll and pin out of the victory roll, and And there you go. There is a victory roll. I'm just going to grab a pin. And my thing's in the way there, but you can see I'm just going to pop a pin right at the bottom of the roll there, just to hold it in place. And one going back to front again to hold that in place. I'm going to grab my hairspray just to pop those little last bits in. And you have yourself a nice, easy, quick victory roll. So before we repeat that on the other side, I'm just going to show you here how to style this. So it's nice and cool now, and I'm just going to put some back combing right at the root there with my comb, and then I'm just gonna use my hand just to make sure that that nice quiff stays in place. There we go. So we've got a lovely big quiff, and if I want to, I can just pin that curl in there or leave it there. My little layers in there. There we go, and we'll repeat on the other side. Okay, so now we're going to work on the other side, and there's less layers in this side, so I'm going to show you a slightly different technique for using the roll and pin, just in case this one works better for you. So again, I'm going to take my rat tail comb, crown on my head into the back of my ear, just to create that section. And again, if you find it easier, you can use one of these claw clips to push that back. And if you didn't get January's parcel and you're watching this afterwards, then don't worry, we always do put some of the stock onto the website and do gift parcels with all the bits and bobs in as well. So you can always check that out on Look You Girl. So I'm just going to spray that a little bit. Coming to the end of this hairspray. There we go. Really getting in the ends there. And again, if you want to, you can pop a bit of back combing at the bottom, but that's totally up to you if you like them bigger. So another technique that you can use is to roll it all the way to the end. I'm going to show you that basic technique, but what I will say is I've got layers, so those bits are going to fall down. That's why I like to do the rolling from halfway, but I just want to show you. So I'm just rolling that all the way to the end, and then from the end, I'm just rolling that down. As you can see, my little sections here have come down, so you can just twist those in as you go if you want to. And you can see that they're in now. And I'm going to roll that right to the base there. And it really does hold it really firmly in place. And then when you're comfortable that you've got that positioning where you want it, again, you just hold on to the roll, pincer that out. Ooh, did that very tight. Pinch that out, there we go. And pop in any ends if you need to. There we go. All done. Just grab a clip. And I'm just going to pop a little clip in there, and as you can see there, another lovely victory roll. And if you want to, you can place a grip in the back. I just push the back down a little bit just to nest it. That's what I call nest it, so you can't quite see all the way through. And I'll do one last spray. Just get all those lovely ends in. And my layers and bits that, little baby hairs and things like that. And then if you want to, you can finish off with some pomade. I'm just using some of our Le Keux one that hasn't quite come out yet. I'm just going to pop that around the curls like that, around the victory rolls, just to keep those ends in. And then just pop those out. And that is various ways to use the rolling pin for victory rolls and for some height at the front here to transform my fringe with a bit of a blow dry. There we go. So I'm just going to show you one last and final technique that you can do, which is pin curling. So what I'm going to do is just take a small section of my hair, and obviously you would normally do this when your hair is damp I'm just going to show you the technique. So you might take a small chunk like that in order to pin curl your hair. So this is if you're going to wet set, keep it set with some pins. So again, I'm just going to take my roll and pin, slide it all the way down to the bottom, roll, 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 hold the roll, pincer out, and that will give you your pin curl. And then you can just pop your clip in and hold that in place, and that will then obviously set overnight, and you can just do that all over your hair, and it's so much quicker using this than if you're kind of like trying to roll it yourself and doing this little sort of pincering and all that kind of thing. So it's just designed to make it a lot quicker for you. So that is the roll and pin. You can get it, like I say, on Le Keux Girl, but everyone who had the January pin-up parcel will have one in there as well. Okay guys, thank you so much, and if you've got any questions, pop them in the link below. Cheers!